Headlines today once again shed light on the agenda of major corporate media outlets and their perpetual servitude to those in power. Less than a week after a Russian warplane was shot down by Turkey, a lone gunman stole the show, and in stride, before any facts were known, every single pro-life, self-defense proponent was blamed for this man's actions. This morning, a Planned Parenthood facility in Colorado Springs, Syria, was attacked by a man who, judging by his photo, was one mental breakdown short of a straitjacket. Not to mention that the media hijacked the story, immediately pushing the agenda towards gun control and blaming a majority of Americans for this incident. One word no one would prefer to use in reference to this tragedy is convenient. It is convenient, however, that recently Turkey, a NATO ally of the United States and Western powers, shot down a Russian warplane while making attack runs on ISIS and the Al-Nusra front, another name for Al-Qaida in Syria. It is even more convenient that over a week ago, Turkey warned Russia to stop the bombing of these groups, which, if you remember, perpetuated the attack on Paris that everyone was in an uproar about 2.5 weeks ago. Now the convenience is better understood with the accusations Russia's Vladimir Putin has leveled against the US government, saying the flight patterns, which Russia advised the Obama administration about beforehand, were the exact patterns used by the Russian warplane prior to being destroyed mid-flight, without warning, by Turkey. Connecting the dots, one could possibly conclude that this blatant disrespect for international airspace was a revenge action by Turkey, after Russia's continued destruction of cheap oil imports from ISIS fighters who have taken over numerous oil fields for their own monetary gain. Of course, Turkey denies these accusations, but they could very well have owned up to this theory, seeing that NATO was forced to back Turkey should the shit finally hit the fan in the Middle East. To add insult to injury, the Russian rescue response helicopter was destroyed by a US-made TOW missile, on camera, by the very same moderate rebels our government claims to be supporting, and Turkey is backing. How's that for convenience? But go ahead, let's take the guns away from everyone. The government will behave better in the future.